Hi everybody. I wanted to hop on here. I'm planning on doing videos Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I figured with Christmas coming, I would put one up today. As you can see, I'm actually still in my pajamas and it's after 12. I'm not feeling it today. Um, but I wanted to talk about my life a little bit more. I think I left off in the first video. I was about 5 years old. And I explained that we moved in with my stepfather. He adopted me. He is the only dad that I really know. And he's better than the sperm donor. He's the best dad, I could have asked for. He did he did the best he could. Because my birthday's in October, I started kindergarten at the age of 6. I did go to preschool or Head Start, whatever you want to call it. And that is when things really got bad. I started gaining weight at 4. They sent me back and forth to Cleveland Clinic to try to figure out if it was my thyroid or something else. No. I'm realizing now at the age of 42 that I think at the age of 4, I was emotionally eating. I'm a binge eater. I binge, and usually the binging is triggered to stress and anxiety. So I think it started that young. But anyway, so I start kindergarten at the age of 6. I got bullied right at the start, right in kindergarten. I started getting bullied. How does that happen? How does that happen in kindergarten? Well, it did. And in first grade, went from like name calling and stuff to one day at recess in first grade, this kid came over to me and said that this boy wanted to talk to me. I'm like, you know, and I followed him. And the way, if there's any Warren people close to my age, you might remember a school. It's no longer there. It's called Horseman. That's where I went. And so he was tucked away in the corner of the back of the school because our recess, out back. There was these shelters built on the school, and that's where he was. So I went there, and he literally cornered me in first grade and just started punching my gut like it was a punching bag. How does that happen? How, how can children be so evil? It hurts so bad, and I wound up in the hospital, not because of the punching, but like soon after, because it's just like the name calling, the bullying got so bad that I was so stressed out, and the anxiety was so bad that I would panic just knowing that I had to go to school. And one night after school, I was just bawling and vomiting like crazy. And my mom and dad took me to the emergency room, and I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. And in first grade, I wound up with high blood pressure. It was bad. It was bad. So I think and they wanted to get me out of Warren. So in the middle of second grade, we moved. We moved to Bloomfield. That was a little bit better. I still got called names, but it wasn't that bad at that school. It was not bad in Mespo at all. I actually had some friends there and everything, but it was still hard. My whole school life was hard. Bullying is some serious fucking shit, and it will mess you up for the rest of your life. It really will. Um, had to get that little bit out of the way. But anyway, I told you in the first video that uh, the sperm donor, got out of my life at 2.5, 3 years old. I had visitation with him for a very, very short time, and this is why. I don't remember anything that happened. I don't, and I think that's a blessing. My mind knew I probably couldn't handle it, but what I do remember and what my mom has told me, um, the visitation ended real quickly. I want to say when I was 3.5. So, I did not have much visitation at all. Because the one day that she went to pick me up from his apartment, he didn't answer the door. She just walked right in, and he had me in the bathroom. She found him and I naked in the shower. And that was it. She took me out, and I never went back there. She allowed him to visit, but he never visited again. She was allowing him to visit as long as she could be there with him to watch things. But he never wanted to see me again. The other time I remember, and I remember this, is I know I had to be like 2.5, 3 at the most, because I was in a pajama onesie footed, and I do remember this, and it was blue. Isn't that weird? Like, the, that's the only other thing I can remember. But I woke up, I was taking a nap in what I think was his spare room, and I woke up to him and his boyfriend, or one of his boyfriends at the time, standing above me, and my onesie was unzipped. What the fuck was that about? I don't remember being touched, but I know something happened. I mean, why the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, I've only told 2 other people that. So now whoever sees this is gonna know, but that's why I said I'm using this as therapy, because I need to get it out, and I need others to know that they're not alone. It's not right. Um, you should not take advantage of children. I don't get it. I'm never gonna get it. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to finish telling you from the last video, why I said that, I can only call him a sperm donor. I will never call him my father. And he is in prison, not because of my incident, obviously, but because a relative stepped forward and was brave enough right after he did something to them to tell their family, and they went directly to the police. And then, of course, the detective got a hold of me, and the only thing I can tell him is what I just told you guys. But it helped. And he got 11 years. He'll be getting out in 2024. I would give his name. I should give his name just in case anyone knows him. He is getting out in 2024. I'm surprised he's still alive in that prison. I'm surprised because after this family member came forward and told the police, dozens of people admitted that he had done stuff to them. So you know what? I will give you his name, because God knows if he gets out where he'll go. But this man's name is Michael Eugene Yahimiak. He's 6'4" and he's a redhead. Redhead. Um, and he's disgusting. He's physically and mentally and sexually abusive towards people. He's evil. He's pure evil. that's all I have to say about that subject today. I wanted to talk about other things. Explain that sometimes I will jump from subject to subject. I try to go in order, but my bipolar and not being able to concentrate and my nervousness and everything does kind of make me skip, but I will and ramble, just ramble like complete nonsense. If I catch it in time, I promise I will stop and I'll go back on track. It's hard sometimes because like I said in the first video, I am not medicated. That's my choice, I think. I mean, they've ever only put me on an antidepressant. I am on Xanax right now for anxiety. I need it. Especially at night. My panic attacks and my anxiety attacks come at night when they come in. Because I'll have the weirdest things pop in my head and scare the shit out of me. I'm afraid of dying, so that will trigger one. My startle responses become very, very fragile the last few months. My husband has noticed that, like, the slightest thing will scare the shit out of me. So I don't know. But the bipolar disorder, my manic episodes are fewer, but my depression is more between the bipolar and the seasonal depression right now. That's why I'm still in my pajamas. It's one of those days where my beautiful cat, if you can see her, and Bubby over there, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have even gotten out of bed today. So you guys are lucky I'm not all bundled up and just... Well, I don't know if you're lucky because I'm making this video, right? But yeah, it's one of those days. I managed to get some more of my Christmas handmade gifts done. It's really last minute, right? I have to wrap some more between today and tomorrow so I can finish it and take some of the gifts to dialysis this week for my nurse and 2 techs. I think I told you guys I'm on dialysis. I've been on dialysis for 8 years. That is what 8 years of dialysis on your access arm will do. I used to be completely disgusted by it. Now I wear it with pride because it's kept me alive. It's also, being on dialysis for 8 years made me realize I did not understand what my mother had gone through at all. My mom decided to quit treatments and passed away in 2005. She was on dialysis for 4 or 5 years. Strong woman, but she just couldn't do it anymore. She had more health problems than I do. A lot of my health problems, I didn't help the situation by being stubborn. So, you know, I say a lot because I'm trying to gather my thoughts together because I want to tell you things. I want to share things, but there's a million things going around in my head and I have to pick and choose so that it makes sense. If you have questions, please ask. I will answer any questions you have. I'll say that in every video. I just hope that the people that do watch this that have issues realize that they're not alone. I would love to know that this helps somebody, that I'm not just helping myself, but I can help others. I hope that each and every one of you have a wonderful holiday, whatever you're celebrating. Whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything. I just, I know that this year's been shitty. I know that. I had a COVID scare, but I did test negative a couple weeks ago, which I'm very thankful for because, being on dialysis and having other issues, health issues, that's really scary. We do the best we can to keep everything under control. We wear the mask, we use the sanitizer, we, 6 feet apart. We do everything we can. Just looking at my little man, he's freaking adorable. So, anyway, you guys have a question, you ask. You have a topic you want me to talk about on mental health or physical health? Let me know. If you have ideas on non medicine treatments for anxiety or panic attacks, I would love to hear it, and I might actually look that up myself to see what I can find, and if I find something that sounds useful, I'll talk about it. Sorry about the no makeup. There's gonna be a lot of days with no makeup, but it's definitely one of those days for no makeup. Anyway, everybody enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on probably after Christmas. So I at least wanted to post this one. And as always, take care of yourself, be kind, and I'll talk to you next time.